all the drama around 23andMe, that could give startup founders one more reason to stay private.
What we really want to do is allow you to have choice about how your data is being used.
The Golden State Killer was caught in 2018 using DNA information from a database.
I've never really had the feeling to put my spit in a little tube,
And spit on that thing.
and send it off to a random company to kind of see my ancestry, because thankfully I know where I'm from. Both of my parents are from Cameroon. My dad's side, they're native from there, and my mom's side, they immigrated from Nigeria in the 1600s to Cameroon. So I am a mix of two ethnic groups in Cameroon, but I'm basically just an African ass nigga. That being said, a lot of people want to know their ancestry, and I can understand when you don't really know where you're from, when maybe you're adopted or your parents really never talked to you about it. It can be kind of interesting because there's rich cultures everywhere and it can be really cool. But guys, I'm telling you right now, do not send your fucking DNA to a random ass company. It is a bad idea. Back in the day when I was in college, I had a course on the healthcare system in the US. Now, me being Canadian and taking that class, it made me realize your system is fucked. It sucks. Thank God I'm not American, bruh. I could break my leg and go to the hospital for free. That being said, your country is not okay. I will never forget this moment where my professor in that class was like, guys, do not ever send your DNA to a random company because you don't know what they're gonna do with it. They might send it to insurance companies because in the US, you have to be insured because a vial of insulin is like $300 freaking, so you better get that insurance. That being said, your country don't make sense. These insurance company, if they get a hold of your DNA and they realize in your family you might have a disease that goes from generation to generation, you might not get it, you might have it, but it's there in your family. Yeah, you might not be covered. Your insurance might go hella up. It can just give you a load of problems. You might be a very fit 25-year-old, but because you might have this lingering disease in your family, yeah, they might not insure you, or your premium, your insurance might cost you so much goddamn money, man. And that's crazy. So I had the chance to go a little deeper into this, and I fell onto a little company called 23andMe. Now, you've probably seen the ads for DNA testing, 23andMe, to reveal your ancestry. And you could do all of that for, if I'm not mistaken, $99. But again, have you ever thought about the real cost of your DNA? Like, these insurance companies are making millions and millions off of all of us. Even in Canada, we have health insurance companies. It's not as fucked as y'all, but we have them here too. So you better not do it in Canada either. But yeah, there's a real cost of sharing that DNA, bro. It could be very expensive for you if they use it for nefarious reasons. So in today's video, I'll be giving y'all a little bit of the risk of sharing your DNA to these companies. And trust me, this goes way beyond learning about your ancestry. So welcome back to the Killivvn Show. And today we're talking about why you should not spit in that tube. Roll that intro. Hey, what's up, guys? Thank you so much for tuning into the Killivvn Show. Guys, my name is Killivvn. If you're messing with the videos, make sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell notification and comment where y'all from. Let me know what's your ancestry. That being said, thank you so much for 10,000 subscribers. Hey, if y'all messing with Frank Ocean and you want the blonde vinyl, I'm giving it away to anybody on this planet. So guys, subscribe, follow me on Instagram to get the vinyl contest rules. But that being said, let's get back into the video. So first of all, let's talk about the biggest issue, privacy. Why would you let somebody that you know, a company that you don't really know, handle your DNA? That's a very bad idea. Like, there's nothing more personal than your DNA. That's a blueprint to you. And when you spit into that kit, may that be 23andMe or any other company, you're taking a huge risk. I know it's fun knowing where you're from, but they have your DNA. But I guess y'all want to know what happens to your data once you get all the results. What do they do with it? Do they disregard it? Do they throw it away? What do they do with your DNA? There's nothing more private than your personal genetic information. And sending away for a personal genome kit means sharing your DNA with testing companies. Now, these companies might, maybe protect your private information. Will they really? I mean, I understand their business depends on your trust. But again, they're just guaranteeing you your ancestry, your genome, your genetic information. Have you read the terms and services? Like many regulators that, do policies about privacy and things of that nature aren't convinced that 23andMe and companies adjacent to that are really doing enough to save and protect your privacy. As a matter of fact, the FTC, as of right now, is investigating 23andMe and other companies to see, are they really protecting your information? Now let's talk about one thing that can happen with these companies in terms of your information. They can get hacked. Like, let's not forget, they have really a unique set of information of you. Like, this is not your social insurance number. This is not your first name, your last name, your date of birth, your number. This is, and then again, you must have to provide that information regardless because, they have to send it to you, the info. They have a crazy amount of information on you. And not only that, they have on you, but your sister, y'all share genetic information, your brother, your mom, your dad, your uncle. Like, it's dangerous, man. Now, again, going back to hacking, it's already happened that these genetic companies have been hacked. As a matter of fact, in 2018, over 92 million accounts from MyHeritage were hacked. The company said that the DNA data wasn't compromised in that particular breach, but the fact is, even that chance that it could be your DNA, it's kind of terrifying. And again, imagine your genetic information fell into the wrong hands. What could happen? This ain't no sci-fi shit. So as of right now, I'm not too sure anything really terrible can happen unless it's like a crime scene and forensic information. But like, some dude really doesn't like you. He's gonna frame you for I don't know, a crime using your DNA. That's kind of fucked. But again, it's still not the best having your DNA with anybody. You feel me? Any company. You feel me? But let's get into the meat of things, because hacking is one thing. I don't know, and you maybe correct me in the comments, I don't know what a hacker could really do with your DNA that could be that nefarious. In terms of who profits from your DNA, like I told you, I could see who's making money out of that. Insurance companies, that's who. Now, when you give your DNA to companies again like 23andMe or others, they will ask you this: do you want to share your DNA with research partners? And actually 80% of people say yes, bro. And again, I think this is kind of messed up because, like, again, if you have siblings, you're kind of giving their DNA too. And again, it might sound great because you might be helping medical research. Of course, if you have a certain disease or your genetic background might help for I don't know what fucking research, but I don't know, man. I understand, maybe one pharmaceutical company might use your DNA to help cure a certain disease. I get that, that's cool, but I don't know if it's the best going through 23andMe for that exactly, But then again, you weren't probably not even going to make a cent out of that because the pharmaceutical company is going to create this freaking revolutionary drug and they're going to sell it at a premium and you're not going to get 1 cent out of that shit. No royalties. Like, you might be contributing with your DNA, but these companies are making crazy profit off of, your DNA. As a matter of fact, 23andMe's deal with GlaxoSmithKline is a perfect example of this. The pharmaceutical giant invested $300 million in 23andMe to use customer DNA for a drug research. And while it might result in new treatments, there's no guarantee that you or society as a whole will benefit from it. As Marcy Darnofsky from the Center for Genetics and Society put it, there's nothing governing what drug companies do with your DNA. And let's be honest, 23andMe, these companies are greedy, but I don't think they would be giving your DNA out like this if the company was doing really well. 23andMe is in free fall. Already in the stock market, their stock is plummeting. And it's currently worth pennies. And it's so bad that they're on the verge of being delisted in the New York Stock Exchange. Shit got so bad at 23andMe that the entire board of directors quit. These people have control of your DNA and they just said, we're done with this company. It's ass. And it's only the CEO that's left, Anne Wojcicki, that has openly said she's considering selling the company, meaning kind of selling your DNA. And what's concerning is that, when you sign up to 23andMe, in the terms and services it says your DNA is a sellable asset. So if they sell the company, your DNA is going with it. Meaning that if the company is sold, your DNA is gone with it. And like I said, we talked about having your DNA for research that a pharmaceutical company could swoop in to use your DNA to create this amazing drug. They're gonna ask you, 80% of people click yes. But the thing is, if they sell it to another company, those terms and services can change. And even in the terms and services, it says that these rules can change at any time. So you have to stay up to date to that thing. But who the fuck has the time? So yeah, if this company gets sold and it's a shit company right now, it's freaking penny stock. Yeah, all your information, all your DNA, it's gone with it. And let's get into the legal protections because they're kind of weak. The only law in the US that protects genetic information is the Genetic Information Non-Discrimination Act, or as I'll be referring, GINA for short. And of course, GINA has big gaps, if you know what I'm saying. It can protect you from discrimination from health insurance and employers, but it has no effect on life insurance, disability insurance, or long-term care insurance. And even worse, groups like federal employees, veterans, and people in the military are not fully covered by this act. And of course, beyond GINA, there's nothing protecting you. Jennifer King from Stanford Law School said it best: genetic information is still uncharted legislative territory. Now, let's get into maybe the most controversial aspect of this video: your DNA and law enforcement. Did you know that the police is already using DNA data from genealogy companies to solve crimes? That's actually how they caught the Golden State Killer. The Golden State Killer evaded capture for decades. This is what it got him. 23andMe got it to him. Well, maybe not 23andMe, but you know what I mean. And this could concern you because, of course, if you're a criminal, you gotta get locked up. But the thing is, if you're related to a criminal, if you have, a similar genetic pool as a criminal, there might be errors, there might be tampering. They might think it's you. Because in the Golden State Killer, they didn't use his DNA. They used his relatives' DNA to capture him. Like I've said time and time again, when you upload your genetic data to 23andMe or Ancestry, it's not only you, it's all your relatives that's in there. Maybe they don't want their information there. And again, even though these companies say they will resist and do the best they can to not give your information to law enforcement, they're still subject to subpoenas and court orders. And again, I want to repeat this again, the rules can change anytime. Their terms and service, their policies. It says in most of these companies' terms and services, their policies, the rules can change anytime. So right now, it might be fun and dandy, but 6 months from now, oh, we're selling all your shit. We don't give a fuck. So what happens if 23andMe, Ancestry, and any of these companies get sold? What if they go bankrupt? What happens to your information? Listen, I ain't got all the answers.
You ain't got the answers, man. You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers.
But should you be worried about 23andMe and similar companies? Absolutely. The risks are pretty severe. Law enforcement can use your DNA. There's weak legal protections. Insurance companies can discriminate if you have, disability, if you're a veteran, if you're a federal, employee. At the end of the day, we know we can't trust these companies because Google is selling your information, Facebook is selling information. Why wouldn't 23andMe and other companies like that not do the same? If you ever are curious, you want to know your ancestry and things of that nature, just know what you're signing up for. But if you can, not do that, ask your parents, ask your grandparents if they're still alive. I think that's the best thing you can do. I understand that, we want to know where we're from. We want to know the rich culture behind us. But these companies are nefarious. That being said, that's the end of the video. Let me know comments. Again, where are you from? Did you ever do 23andMe or things of that nature? Like, share, and subscribe. Of course, thank you again for 10,000 subscribers. Blonde Vinyl, if you want it, follow me on Instagram. But guys, that being said, keep it supreme.